I am creating a gown in a space where only the biggest fashion houses create gowns. I am who I am, and I really love that. We are in Cannes, which is so beautiful. It's really a magical place to be doing such a special project. I am here because I received a phone call from Risa, and she's like, Sami, I have an idea. Tell me what you think about this. She's basically giving me the biggest opportunities and a very unexpected opportunity for me, and that it would essentially be a debut as, you know, essentially a couture designer. She clearly had to have, you know, believed in me and my capabilities to put her name and associate me with FWRD and Revolve in a massive, massive scale. And then I looked at my calendar and realized that I had 5 days to create a look for me and 2 looks for Ducky. And not only just looks, but the most elevated, extreme looks that I've ever created. This is like on another level of a debut. Immediately I was like, absolutely. 5 days to design, to source both vintage and other deadstock fabrics, rework the vintage, create the design, make a pattern, make a sample, and finalize everything and make it good enough and prepared enough to bring to here to finish it in Cannes. We didn't sleep for all of the 5 days leading up to it. I'm very confident in what I'm doing, and it's not traditional. And I just do things the way that I want to do things. What I stand for and what Sami Miro Vintage stands for is extremely impactful in terms of where we need to take fashion, where it doesn't have to be traditional. You don't have to be on the fashion calendar. You should highly consider the planet. You should think about every step of the supply chain and how it affects Mother Earth and how it's destroying our planet. And I think that my take since the very beginning when I started my brand, that's been at the very top of my mindset. I have an eco-conscious brand, but you also wouldn't know that by looking at my designs. It's definitely fashion forward. And there's also a beautiful aspect where we really do care about the planet in every step of the way of the supply chain. It's also really special to shed new light and give new perspective on tradition because we're a fast-changing world. Every industry needs to change and we need to always do better. So if you can put somebody like me who's an emerging designer in the same space as these big brands, then that might also bring awareness to the beauty of what SMV stands for in terms of the planet. All of the fabrics are either deadstock fabrics or they are all made from vintage garments that have been reworked, and everything is upcycled. So in the same sense that it's really a beautiful thing to throw someone who's very out of this fancy world into it and kind of disrupt it. It's kind of how I got started as a designer. I didn't go to fashion school. I don't do things the traditional way. I do things my way, and I like doing things differently. This has been an incredible journey, and I'm excited to get to the final portion of it where we get to get started on finishing the gown. So currently it is the morning before amfAR. We are about to have a fitting with Ducky. It's going to be our first fitting, and first and last fitting actually.
How are you?
So good.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
How are you? Yes. I'm so excited to see you.
Let's see.
Yes. It's currently in 3 pieces.
Oh my
right
gosh.
now. So today is a super exciting day. Ducky's here. We're fitting my first couture gown today. and we're gonna mold it to her body. And I'm just so excited about this dress. I think it's like very different. Confirmation from a lot of people also that it is very different, but like chic and very cool and so me and my brand.
I've seen sketches, so that was like maybe 2 weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna message you, I'm just gonna come and see it.
I left it in 3 pieces so that when we were with Ducky, we could assemble it together and make it just like form-fitting and not do too much sewing without, you know, having to like undo it. Just go with it. Hello.
It's me! Lisa!
Hi.
Oh my god. What's up? Hold on, let me put all my stuff down. She made it.
Amazing.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Major!
Yeah.
Scoot the two. Down she goes. Oh my gosh. Love a butt crack moment.
I mean, if you're comfortable with the butt
My
crack,
main girl.
then-
Go hard for her.
Is this too tight?
That's what it is. I think it's
Oh,
because
so this thing is
I don't think it's the strap. I've just been like the last few days.
Right when Risa told me about creating my first gown, this was just the vision that I had. The vision was really just based on creating a leather gown. The really unique part of everything that we're both wearing is that it's so true to my brand in terms of the ethos. All of this is dead stock fabric, so it's dead stock leather, dead stock suede. The lining is also dead stock. And then the other elements that we're incorporating into it and the pieces that I'm wearing are all reworked vintage. Whenever I cut up my vintage and rework vintage, I always save the scraps, especially if it's from a nice material. So some of the elements in here are like suede that I've had the scraps from for like years. And then we added my open seam like signatures into it, which, you know, is like very SMV. So I think that it just is coming together exactly how I want it to. Today is the big day and I'm super excited. We have the entire room filled with the best glam team. Ducky's here. The overall vibe of the glam is going to be elegant, chic, but definitely with a bit of edginess. So for my hair, it's super humid outside. I will have a sharp center part, and then it's going to be like as if I just kind of climbed out of the beautiful Cannes ocean. Ducky is going to have a center part with some waves, and then I want her makeup to have metallic silver in it with some like nice black snatched wing. But yeah, we're just gonna be sexy and elegant and funky. The dress should be arriving around 2:30, and I'm very excited to see it because we had one fitting yesterday, and you know, hoping that it comes back perfectly.
Beautiful.
So good.
I'm going to leave you with those clips,
Okay.
okay? I'm covered in. There you go.
Okay, so we are on our way out. We have our clothing in our hand, gowns in another hand, and we tried the dress on. It's perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything better. I'm so excited. Everyone was crying. I don't know how I'm not gonna cry on the carpet. I'm so excited. Let's do it. Another really exciting part of this entire adventure is that the gown that I'm making for Ducky, we are making a mini version, and that's actually what she's going to be wearing to the after party. I'm actually gonna cut her gown after she walks the red carpet and turn it into the version that will be sold on Revolve and Forward. So it's going to be an extremely exclusive, special piece. At the end of the day, if you're a designer, if you're an entrepreneur, whoever you are, it's important to understand your uniqueness, whether it comes across in your designs as a designer, or whether it comes across as your attire, or the way you present yourself, or your writing style, whatever it is. It's important to recognize and appreciate those unique aspects and to really hone in on those. And that you can be super different and you can transform the traditional into your own way. As long as you have the vision and as long as you believe in what your vision is, I truly think that you can accomplish anything.